Oh my God, dude.
It just hooked me like no sport has ever hooked me. You know, those early years on a snowboard are a dream come true. I started in Massachusetts, went to Vermont, moved out west, went to Alaska, went to Europe, and it's been just a lifetime of progression through the mountains. Snowboarding came along and it was like I was almost waiting for the sport to come along because I was skiing and I'm like, when can I start standing sideways on this snow? I got into it from a very early age. The fact that I would go out every day and learn something new for like my first 4 years of snowboarding. But now it's been more than that, and it's a cool sport where it never gets stale. It's something that's constantly evolving. The mountains change every year. There's so many mountains to ride out there. There's always more that can be done on a snowboard. I don't know, it's in my blood. It's like, it just feels right. It was an incredible year in Tahoe this year. It was the first time I've really spent pretty much my whole season in Tahoe, and it started out from the get-go. December 1st was all-time powder, and by the middle of December, all concerns with rocky takeoffs and landings were out the door. Pretty much our first day of the year filming. It was a super cold December day, and I remember breaking the trail out there and just like freaking going, this is gonna be sick. stuff was moving and we knew stuff was going to be moving, but if I know it's high avalanche danger, then I go to short, steep stuff with good outruns. And that's exactly what this place was. And it was cool. You just like drop in, cut across, wait for the thing to break, and then point it out. I was doing that all morning long, just expecting everything to crack on me. And I think it was the third line of the day, I went and dropped into one of the bigger faces, and like second turn, thing wall to wall cracked on me, and the thing just engulfed me, and I felt it like totally come over my shoulders, get dark in there, and sure enough, you know, it came out into the flats, and it kind of spit me out the bottom, and after that one, I'm like, all right, I've surfed enough abbeys today. That one was a little bigger than I liked, and we called it a day. This one line that we hit, I ended up calling it Dirty Tooth, and it was one of those lines, again, you look at it in like December and you're going, no way. It kind of had the perfect cycle in March, and drove out there one day and we're like, damn, Dirty Tooth could be on. I rode some stuff right next to it of same steepness with, you know, not as high consequences, and got a real feel for the snow. Just a bizarre situation with how the snow was sticking to that thing. And I was standing on the top and I'm like, this thing is steep. I got like just enough slough to peel me off of it, and it was like, all right, here we go, I'm going for a ride, and really just hung on. Once it peels you like that, there's no way you're able to stop yourself. Going to the boardroom. One thing that is mandatory is you got to be able to stand on your board and not have to be all like back foot guy to keep the nose up. You want to be able to be centered and have your nose floating in pow. This is the new one. This was my first pro model I ever had, and Alaska pretty much got me that pro model, so a little Alaska tribute. I got a bunch of different style of boards here. I'm developing a line of snowboards for Rossignol. Look at this tail. That thing's sweet.
He's in there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh man, pepper wheel. Oh my god.
I was out behind Sugar Bowl with Jeremey Jones. The snow is really bad. All of a sudden, Jeremey went over to check out these lines, and he got one picked out that he wanted to do, and that's probably the craziest thing I've ever seen. That was just amazing, being there and watching him. He is a good snowboarder.
Nice one, brother. Dude, he's getting it. Snuffer, brother, look out. Uh-oh. Yeah! That thing almost took him off right there. That was way sick.
I'd like to hit that, I'd like to hit that, I'd like to hit that. But I really want to hit that. That line in particular, I had first seen a year before. It's in one of the coolest cirques I've ever seen in snowboarding. So I've been riding in that cirque for a while, and I was looking at it going, that is just the craziest looking thing. And then I started seeing a line, and then I'm like, wow, that thing goes, but you would never want to ride that. And just being around it, looking at it more and more, I decided the time was right, and I got a chance to ride that. The gnarly part about Shoulder of Death was the exposure and how blind it was too. I mean, it had one of the gnarliest rollovers I've ever seen. The line itself wasn't the burliest line by any means that I've ever ridden. Having that much exposure and that blind of a roll and trying to ride it top to bottom without stopping makes you sick to your stomach.
Jones, are you ready?
Jeremey Jones is ready. Let's do it. Once I was on the face, I could see just the roll into it was like as blind gets. That was the most scared I've been on top of a line since I can remember.
Yeah, you ripped the piss out of it.
Dude, the shruns, they're like kept piling up at the bottom. Shutting down the air, you know, like I wouldn't want to go any faster.
Hi, I'm Kevin Jones. I've been snowboarding about 10 years. Hi. 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 My name's Kevin Jones. When I first saw snowboarding, I thought it was stupid. All these clowns in their neon green Dayglow outfits, doing all the same tricks as skateboarders and all this other stuff. I was like, My friends tried to get me to go. I was like, no way. And then I was actually watching, I think it was Riders on the Storm, and Cardiel had a part, and Selaznick had a part. I was like, wait a minute, what are these guys doing? I see these guys at the skate park in Sacramento all the time. I was like, wait a minute, if they're doing it, there's got to be something to it. So I went to Squaw Valley about a week later, and I never stopped ever since.
Tahoe backcountry. If I told you to stay off my side of the hill.
In fact, factory floors, and my mind's content to lie at rest for hours behind my lovely doors. And if there's a war, another shitty war to fight for Babylon, it's the perfect storm in a teacup, but you must drink it down, drink it down, drink it down, drink it down.
If I had to pick one person that was the best overall rider ever, I would probably say Kevin Jones, just because of his ability from a handrail to a snowboard park jump to an occasional half pipe run to his big mountain riding. I mean, the guy can do it all.
I would say today in snowboarding in the movies that I've seen, the most influential all-around snowboarding is probably, I'm gonna have to go with Kevin Jones. He has no problem on rails and free riding through rock lines. He's on, always flying off of rocks, looking really stylish. And pick a wedge, he'll be slicing and dicing.
When I was younger and my knees and my back were younger, I liked to ride the park a lot more because I like to jump.
You go up there, dude, you just like, drop it!
Jumping was fun.
Yeah, then you just you grab and poke judo, dude.
Love riding rails. Rails just remind me of skateboarding. It's cool to see what rails have done in snowboarding. They started off as nothing, you know, little riding a log or a rock or something, and now it's going down 30 stairs. And it's cool. Rails are fun.
Oh my goodness. I guess you want that higgledy-piggle rap, huh? Pig in the middle rap. Take me away from the melee. Feeling like my left toes equal to Pele. Wait, can I put my socks on? Mommy must have got my building blocks wrong. Forget job interview, I get the job done. Johnny just comes, wanna go and talk dumb. You stay rushing with Ian, I'm running wheeling. Feeling like my ego's about to grow again. No, my friend, that's not how I'm living though. Still walk to the laundrette, still shop at Tesco, still walk street with my hat low. Rap so awkward, people think I'm comedian. Reel 'em in, even though it's not so. Not so. Got so many people open, have to close shop and say I'm only open if you got dough. Jeremey, Versatility, do, amigo, he flows strictly ego. People wanna fly like R. Kelly, better get your vets ready, cause I paralyze ego. When I'm done, I'm singing.
There's a wall here, Spike. Help me out, stop filming.
Kids these days, they don't understand that all these other distractions are for when there's not powder. Which is great, you know, it leaves more powder for the rest of us, but when it's powder, you gotta go ride powder. You can't be hitting a rail or in a park or trying to shovel out a wall hit in the pipe. But that's just my opinion. When I first started doing lines, I was really green. I was pretty young and new to the sport, and I didn't know a whole lot about it, and obviously made some stupid mistakes, right? You know, blinding yourself and tumbling over rocks and doing a bunch of dumb rookie moves. Doing lines in snowboarding is, I'm going to say, the scariest and hardest thing to do, because you go to the bottom of something and you look at it and you can see it perfect. And you're like, oh, I can do that, it looks pretty easy. You go to the top and you can't see a thing. Or you see one of your little markers, or, you know, it's tough because once you get into something, you can't slam on the brakes and just call it quits. You got all this snow moving around you, you got rocks around you, stuff going on. And if you tumble, the consequences are usually pretty high. You got avalanches to worry about. It's a pretty serious deal, and I don't think gets the respect that it deserves. Having 9 X Games medals, you know, all these contest wins and stuff doesn't even, I don't even think about that hardly ever. To me, it doesn't do a whole lot for me. Watching a shot of yourself or somebody else doing something in the backcountry or real snowboarding, to me, is all that it's about. The best part of snowboarding is pretty simple. It's just go out and go snowboard. You know, it doesn't matter. You don't plan like, hey, I'm gonna ride pipe today, or hey, I'm gonna spend all day making a run into this rail or an outrun for a rail, or it's just going to the mountain and going snowboarding. And you might end up in the half pipe, you might end up on a jump, on a man-made jump or a rail, or but you don't start out in the morning going, hey, I'm gonna geek out on this rail just so I can go get a shot, so I can get sponsored, so I can make more money, so I can buy a better cell phone, so I can get more sponsored, so I can make more money, so I get more coverage, so I get more chicks, so I can buy a better cell phone, so I can make more money, so I can get more chicks, so I can have more sponsors, so I can have a better cell phone, so I can get more chicks.
Day one, I don't think I've ever been to Alaska, and that was probably my best first day in Alaska ever.
Alright!
Good job, boys.
Tomorrow could go either way. Possible high milk, probable sunny.
Don't look at the camera though. It's okay to look at the camera. It's a no-no.
Trigger buildings are science, dude. Then I'm the professor.
I'm going to California, home. How was your trip? It was good. On a safe and trip.
See you when?